On sustainable health financing, we are making progress with the National Security Health Insurance Scheme and the bill to create a National Health Equity Fund for universal health coverage will soon be submitted for your consideration.
Persons in the tragic crash. Dr. Edward Kofi Omane-Boamah, Minister for Defense. Alhaji Dr. Ibrahim Murtala Muhammad, MP, Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. Alhaji Muniru Mohammed Lemonad, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator and former Minister for Food and Agriculture. Dr. Samuel Sapon, Vice Chairman of the National Democratic Congress. And Mr. Samuel Abuaji, a former parliamentary candidate. Squadron Leader Peter Bafemi Anala, Flying Officer Manin Chum Ampedu, and Sergeant Ernest Ado Mensah. The President and government extends our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country. All flags are to fly at half-mast until further notice. Thank you.
MCC would not be 8.34 billion. The MCC will give us some money, and it is after that process, the growth constraints analysis, projects will be identified in the key sectors, costed, and then the costing of all those projects will determine the specific amount. We are hopeful that the amount will be very significant. So we don't want to nickel and dime on amounts now. It could be, I see people floating figures. It could be below the figures they are floating. It could be higher than the figure they are floating out there. So at this point, there is not an amount. MCC would not be 8.34 billion. The MCC will give us some money, and it is after that process, the growth constraints analysis, projects will be identified in the key sectors, costed, and then the costing of all those projects will determine the specific amount. We are hopeful that the amount will be very significant. So we don't want to nickel and dime on amounts now. It could be, I see people floating figures. It could be below the figures they are floating. It could be higher than the figure they are floating out there. So at this point, there is not an amount.
Very serious. Of course. I wrote a formal letter, and the Senate asked for 2 weeks, and nothing has been done about it yet. While waiting, in June is a non-political month for the government. After June, I will go to court to vindicate myself. A very serious protest.
Yes,
the committee was given 2 weeks to report to this court. That protest after the end of June, I will go to court. I will go to court to clear my name. I will go to court to clear my name. Southern is very serious. Government can use it against critical voices to silence you. You cannot sit down and tell us in the 54th legislature hearing were heard, so we should take it in the 55th legislature. No. We must go through it, we must have public hearing with experts, even if it means the Senate has to spend some money to send a team to do best practices. Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, they are credited for it. Let's harmonize the law. Let's know the cybercrime law in Nigeria is not different from the cybercrime law in other countries. That tomorrow, when it's challenged in an international forum or court, then we have something different. So, I'll just close by saying, I stood up to fully agree with.
A pleasant good morning and a warm welcome to the Thursday edition of the program, The Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. Folks, we'd like to say good morning to you and a pleasant warm welcome to the Thursday edition of the program. We'd like to say How's up to you, folks? Whatever you are, however you listen, whatever the occasion, we say welcome to this morning edition of the program. Today is the 7th day in the month of August, and the year is 2025. We'd like to say welcome, folks. Whatever you are, however you listen, whatever the occasion, we say thank you for always tuning in, always joining us whenever we are on. And to our regular Facebook followers, we say thank you for always following us, sticking to us whenever we bring on the information. You trust us, that's why you are always there whenever we are on. So we say welcome to the show. Today is Thursday, and for those of you who have birthday on today, we say happy birthday out to you. And if you celebrated day or days ago, belated birthday greetings going out to you. If you're looking forward to your birthday or pre-birthday greetings going out to you. For those of you who lost, if you lost someone very dearest to you, we'd like to say sorry. No mind. Take solace in the Lord. If you are feeling down with heart, I'd like to assure you that hope is certainly still alive. Keep focused. Consistency pays a lot. And it is good to start your Thursday with an attitude of optimism. It is going to be a good day. So you have to be courageous enough and start your Thursday with a positive thought and let your happiness guide your day. Let your happiness guide your day. Put some smile on your face. Even though all is not roses, but you have to put some smile on your face because life depends on you as an individual. Oh, African private, I say, do not look at where you fall, look at where you stumble your toe, because where you stumble your toe is where the mistake happens. And where you fall is just the end of the action. The end of the action can in no way determine the root cause of the action. So you have to look at where you went wrong, look at where you stumble your toe, and not where you fall, because where you fall is just the end of the action, and you cannot solve the problem looking at the end of the action. You have to look at the root cause, what caused the problem, and then you tackle it. You can find a better solution to that problem. So welcome. The time check is exactly 11 minutes past 8 o'clock. My name is Emmanuel Balin David, and I hope to be joined by my colleague Lorena Honoree, who's going to join me very shortly as we together rumble you through today's edition of the program. They say no to joke. March is going to be on today. We're going to talk a little bit about that and bring you a statement from His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yema Boaka. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Let's talk about other things that are relevant as well. So today our weather report says the temperature is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and precipitation is 85%, humidity is 91%, wind speed per hour is 14 meters per hour. And today you're going to expect heavy rain. The weather report for Montserrado, Monrovia, says you will expect heavy rain on today. So you have to walk with your umbrella. For those of you who are going to be going for the march, you have to carry your umbrella, your raincoat, because you don't want to be participating and then you have the rain pouring down. With that, you will not have a very good march. So you have to take along with you your umbrella, your raincoat, and you can move on. So we will have our health tip coming up very shortly, and we will crisscross the country to speak of our correspondents to know exactly what is going on in parts of Liberia, give you a sense of understanding what is going on in parts of Liberia. We crisscross the country to speak of our correspondent, and also we will certainly rumble through the papers, give you a sense of understanding what is making news in the print media, so that you too know exactly what is going on. So we say welcome to the show. For those of you following, we say thank you, always following. Thank you, thanks a lot for following. We acknowledge you. We say thank you for always following. So folks, we have to take our health tip for today, and following the health tip, we will have a conversation with our correspondents to know exactly what is going on in parts of Liberia. So let's go for our health tip by Joasi Joe. Subsequently, we have a conversation with our correspondents. Stick and still, don't you touch your dial, don't you go away. This is Spoon 107.5, and this is the Today Show with me, Emmanuel Balin David. And I'm here alongside my colleague Lorena Honoree. Together, we're going to rumble you through today's edition of the program. The time check is exactly 30 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's take our health tip.
Hello, folks. Today, we're going to be talking about the harm shisha smoking cause. Though many people believe shisha, or what we call hookah, is safer than cigarettes, that is force. In fact, one session of shisha smoking can be as harmful as smoking 100 cigarettes. Are you shocked? Here are the major harms. Smoking shisha causes lung damage and cancer. The shisha contains nicotine, tar, and carbon monoxide, just like cigarettes. It leads to chronic lung cancer and reduced lung function. The water in the pipe does not filter out toxins. It also causes heart disease. Smoking shisha increases blood pressure and heart rate, raising the risk of heart attacks and strokes. It contains carbon monoxide levels from a sections can be much higher than a cigarette. Shisha smoking can cause addiction. The nicotine in shisha can cause strong independence because it's often smoked in long sessions, as about 30 to 60 minutes. The user inhale more smoke and nicotine than with cigarettes. Shisha smoking can cause infectious diseases. By sharing mouthpieces without proper cleaning can spread tuberculosis, hepatitis, herpes, etc. Poor hygiene in shisha cafes increases the risk. It can also cause harm to non-smokers that are closer to those that are smoking the shisha. Secondhand smoke from shisha contains harmful chemicals that can harm children, pregnant women, bartenders, friends, etc. Shisha smoking is not a trend. It's a real health crisis, especially for young people. It kills silently via carbon monoxide poisoning, infectious disease, transmissions, addiction, and chronic illness. As the report goes, tobacco causes 660 deaths each year in Liberia. 1.7% of the total deaths, with youth smoking 2.7% prevalence among 10 to 20 years old. So a lot of our young deaths are caused by smoking. Keep following for more.
All right, thanks a lot to Joasi for that health tip. Hope that you get the message. And also, we are giving cash on today. We are giving cash here, so we give up to 25,000 Liberian dollars today. Yesterday we did same. We will do that on today. So all you need to do is just to double up and play the game. How can you play? By dialing *255*4#. *255*4#. You stand a chance to win for yourself 10,000 Liberian dollars, 5,000 Liberian dollars. We give from 5,000, 10,000, we give 20,000 and 25,000 Liberian dollars. So we will give 5,000, we will give 10,000, we will give 20,000, and we will give 25,000. Based on the transaction, we'll do more draws and give cash out to our folks. And also, for those of you who will play and will not be fortunate to win some of the money, we will actually have you in our Bonanza draw. We have the August Bonanza is already on. We are giving smartphones and we are giving other things as well. So you have to double up, take advantage of this opportunity, make for yourself some cash, win for yourself cell phones, and the list goes on and on and on. So we say double up and play. How can you play? You play by dialing *255*4#, *255*4#, and then you will do the transaction. It's just 50 Liberian dollars. You play with just 50 Liberian dollars, not 100, not 200. You play with 50 Liberian dollars for the Wese Wasa on today. Today is the Wese Wasa promotion. So we are doing the Wese Wasa we did on yesterday, and we are doing same on today. So you can just double up and play *255*4#, *255*4#. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. We give out to 25,000, we give 5,000, we give 10,000, we give 20,000, and then we give 25,000 Liberian dollars. So 25,000 is the high for this morning. This morning, the high is 25,000. So you still have a chance to win for yourself 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and 25,000. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. We encourage you to play more than one time. You can play 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. With that, you stand a chance to position your number at a strategic point. When I'm doing the draw, if your number pops up as one of the winning numbers, trust me, you walk away with your cash. So the more you play, the better your chances of winning. The code to play with is just simple as it is. As we have conversations with our correspondent, we will do draws and give cash out to our folks. So just double up and play *255 *4#, *255 *4#. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. We go to Nimba County. We speak of Victor Cooper and Christopher Fine. Alpha Pavement hit Western Nimba County. Yes, according to Christopher Fine, we're going to talk much more about that. And we're also going to have a conversation about the debate yesterday in District Number 5, Nimba County, where the election is right next door. We're going to talk much more about that. We'll have a conversation with our Nimba County correspondent, Victor Cooper, and then we'll go to Lofa County to speak with Jeremiah Dubber. Jeremiah Dubber is our man there in Lofa County, and then we'll go Maryland County. These are the counties that we will actually visit on today. So double up and follow the show, share the show, invite others to join, get the information, and also get cash for yourself. *255 *4# is the code to play with. 50 Liberian dollars qualifies you to play and make for yourself some money. Folks, this is the Today Show. The time check is 20 minutes past 8 o'clock from what I said in broadcast from the Spoon House in Congo Town. We transmit authentic information, education, as well as entertainment. Let's go to Nimba County to speak of our Nimba County correspondent. Yes, we go to Victor Cooper first, and then we'll go to Christopher Fine. Christopher Fine as well. We're going to have a conversation with Christopher Fine. So we are connecting with Victor Cooper. Hope that we have him on. All right, we are connecting with Victor Cooper to walk us through the latest unfolding from his part of Nimba County, and then we'll go to Christopher Fine, and then we'll go other places. So let's go to Victor Cooper first. And good morning, Victor. How are you doing this morning? And how is Nimba County, where you speak from? Putu is in District Number 5, Nimba County. All right. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the debate on yesterday. How was the debate, and what is the latest unfolding there in the county as well, especially District Number 5 as it relates to the upcoming by-election? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm. Mm. So what was the issue on yesterday that disrupted the entire process? Mm. Mm. Mm.
process, and they were on numerous occasions, but they were not able to listen to the Bible too fully. So when talking on the podium on the question and answer session where the two candidates had a picture to tell the people what they have done or what they would do, was that aspect of disruption, because our Bible was not able to further Bible as a representing my junior brother. We were unacceptable for further Bible brother said no. I'm a representing, so you coming on with people have done to you. But that's all for all there was one thing I got the argument yesterday, and it's not process serious disruption. Crowd had to run outside. The process was polluted with noise, and it was uncontrollable yesterday, and it was not able to end. At the end of the day, John Collins and his team was able to dispatch for review yesterday afternoon.
And I think the aim of the entire engagement, I think it was somehow it is good to have such a conversation to know exactly the platform of a particular candidate as you near election, so that people can make the right decision. And having it coming to not coming to a conclusion, I think that is wrong on the part of the people. So, what are you hearing? What is the conversation there in the county as it relates to the entire disruption on yesterday?
So, the other achievement is really not something, more especially where you have 30% not in attendance, two people except those who were not able to attend the process, they were intellectual and you were discovering that in our manner, but then you see that the process ended in that particular aspect. It means that those guys were right to not attend because it means that similar thing will happen if all 10 of them were in attendance. Because this process, they were not getting to the election itself, or they were not giving the candidates to emphasize that young people as to how the process would be. Everyone just taking the election for one more period. So the issue of education is a bigger one with young people. So the disrespect, the arrogance that we get yesterday, we have to celebrate the culture. So there is a name for the RG to start at least some officers in this issue for this by-election at the time of Tuesday.
And since the kickstart of campaign process and other things there in the county, we haven't gotten any news of violence. Just of recent, as you report, currently saying that there was a disruption there at the debate hall. And I want to know what is the presence of how is the presence of police there in the county, especially in district number 5. And now you are calling for some officers to be assigned there in the county. So do you have presence of police officer there in district number 5? Full example police officer. And I hope that on the day of election, there will be some assigned police officer, because you always have police officer assigned, joint security officers assigned whenever there is an election. So we hope that the LMP will see it befitting to assign officers. So the 7 candidates that didn't turn out on yesterday, were there reasons?
No, we did not get any reason for any of them. We have been representation on ground.
So can you remind us when will be the end of our campaign and when will be the day of election?
Everybody should not be from the everyone should defend themselves for it because you don't want problem at the end of the day so they will see government workers were all in the process. So you will see that the workers, that the district citizens, the officials in the district are all posting in their workers here until the process comes to an end. So we feel the training will come to an end tomorrow officially because it's coming on Monday. So it will come to an end tomorrow Sunday and everyone will be deployed to that very work places until Tuesday. But we'll finally the ballot box or the ballot people will be arriving in the district hopefully Sunday to Monday.
Okay, Victor, thank you for that update there from the county, and I hope that we have more updates from the county on tomorrow on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This morning.
Okay, Victor. Thank you. Victor Cooper is our man there in Nimba County. Precisely, he's in Upper Nimba County, District number 5, where you have the election campaign process is ongoing to end on Saturday, and Tuesday going to be the election day to find a representative to replace now Senator of Nimba County. So we go to Lower Nimba County as we've been getting information that there is after pavement hit Nimba County. There have been some work there, so some tremendous work have been done. So we have to get information surrounding that. As we crisscross the country, we encourage you to double up and play the game. Star 255 star 4 hash. Star 255 star 4 hash. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Star 255 star 4 hash. It's the core 50 Liberian dollars. You stand a chance to win for yourself 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and 25,000 Liberian dollars. So the more you play, the better your chances of winning. Star 255 star 4 hash is the core. And you stand a chance to also win for yourself smartphones. So we are here this morning. Let's go to Christopher Fine this morning. Good morning, Chris. How are you doing this morning? And how is your part of Nimba County where you speak from? Very energetic. That's why I love you. I like the energy that you bring to the show, and I'm on the shoot for that. So how's your part of Nimba County? I'm told that you don't want. How's the weather?
Yeah, the weather is pretty yesterday we had a very bad weather condition, but this morning
So let's go straight into the development. After pavement hit Lower Nimba County, which part of Lower Nimba County after pavement has hit, and the time, and just walk us through the development. Hmm.
that on the citizens of the district and that of Nigeria are suffering from road productivity in Liberia. And against that, the government project through its advocacy and all of the advocacy for Nigeria and so on, I can announce that the Alpha People family gave the justice fee at the hospital 2 days ago. And those guys, Emmanuel, they are speeding up the work. I used to say that I don't know how to describe the Emmanuel. Because if you enter the cancer staff of cancer, those guys know that because of the ring, they said the ring was a little bit heavy, so they wouldn't to the Alpha People of cancer to that of Pokemon. And slow down a bit, but those guys from Jesus Christ entered Jerusalem and taking king on the road of people and said, what's that in the history of Nigeria? In the city.
Wow. And I think that is a very good move, and thumbs up to the guys spearheading the project. So what would that mean for Tapeta in terms of trade? As you have Alpha Pavement hitting Tapeta and so on.
Yeah, so this business
Mm.
and use technically
Okay. Mm.
There are a lot of businesses ongoing strategy. So the team will interpret that distribution because as I think there are a lot of people that are going to happy, discipline, and everything for business purpose. So take your the business sector in this region.
Comparing the prices of things, talking about Ganta and how, just do a little analysis of comparing the prices of things, talking about Ganta and Saclipia now.
So now let's take 2 years back, maybe 2023.
You said bag already sold for how much? 2,900 in. Wow. And we can attribute that to the smooth operation of folks bringing the businesses from other places, not getting stuck up in the mud and other things, having a very smooth road and all of those things. Wow. I think that's a very good move. Thumbs up to the government for such a major and tremendous work. All right, so is there any other thing perhaps you'd like to add up before taking leave of you? Okay, thanks a lot, Christopher Fine there from Lower Nimba County, bringing us up to speed with those developments there from Lower Nimba County. Alpha pavement hit Tapeta, and according to report, folks were very happy, and that's a very good thing. To have road is one of our major issues here in Liberia, so I think that is a very good one for trade, even bringing on developments as well, because people will be able to move freely and have access to a very paved road. So let's go to Maryland County, and then we will make a stop to Lofa County, and then we come back. We rumble you through all the things here. We have to crisscross the country. We have to get information. Let's go to Maryland County to speak with Christian Appleton. Appleton is there in Maryland County. Let's speak with Appleton, and then we go to Lofa County. Lofa will be our very last stop. And then we'll come back here to bring you other things as we go on. The Thursday edition of the show, the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. Thanks a lot for joining us. Star 255 star 4 hash. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Star 255 star 4 hash. Double up and make for yourself some cash. We are giving out to 25,000 Liberian dollars this morning. Let's go to Maryland County and speak with our Maryland County correspondent, Christian Appleton. Good morning, Christian. How are you doing this morning? Hi, it's Maryland County. All right, so let's go straight into it. What's the latest unfolding there from the county? What do we know about the latest unfolding there from the county? Hmm. I think that is a very good move to strengthen the control of influx of people entering the country, and talking about patrolling other areas, some of those poorest points, water patrol as well. That will help to curb some of those issues of illegal entry of substances in our country, smuggling of substances in our country, and that will be a very good a move too as well.
Definitely.
So, what have been the discussion from the locals there in the county as it relates to this great move? Yes. Yeah, and do we have a sense of understanding how many personnel was assigned there in the county from the AFL and the Joint Security? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Appleton, for updating us with that development. Hope to have you on tomorrow for more development emanating from Maryland County. All right, folks, we are here this morning. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM. We have to make our very last stop. Right? We have to make our very last stop. We have to go to Lofa County to speak with Jeremiah Dubber. Following that, we'll take a break and then we'll come back. We actually rumble through the papers, bring you what's making news in the print media, give you a sense of understanding the issue I'm talking about for today's discussion, so that you too can have a see. And also, we are also giving cash out today, giving out to 25,000 Liberian dollars, and hoping that you too can grab some of the money that we're giving out. So all you need to do is just to dial *255*4#. *255*4#. And you stand a chance to win for yourself. 5,000 Liberian dollars, 10,000 Liberian dollars, and up to 25,000 Liberian dollars. So we are here this morning to bring you up to speed with developments and information, give you cash to as well as we go on the program. This is the Today Show, folks. Thank you for always following. So we are trying to make effort to join our Lofa County correspondent, Jeremiah Dubber. If we have Jeremiah Dubber, fine. If we don't have him, we will have to take a break and go to other things here on the show. This is the Today Show on Spoon 107.5 FM, and indeed we are here this morning. *255*4#. We're not getting Jeremiah, so let's take a very short break and we'll come back. We get to other things here on the program. This is the Today Show, folks. As we go for the very short break, we encourage you to keep playing against *255*4#. *255*4#. By playing the game, you stand a chance to win for yourself 5,000, 10,000 Liberian dollars. We also give out 20,000 and 25,000 Liberian dollars. By participating too as well, you stand a chance to be part of the Whistle Wasa. The Whistle Wasa is on. That's the Bonanza. The Win Liberia Bonanza is on already. We are giving smartphones and other things to our folks who are going to participate and emerge as winners. We're going to give them smartphones. So if you play the game, if you don't win, you also stand a chance to be a part of the Bonanza, and then you win for yourself the smartphone. And the amount to play this game is just the minimum of 50 Liberian dollars. By dialing *255*, you have to be a Lone Star Sales subscriber, and then you dial *255*4#. *255*4#. You pay the minimum of 50 Liberian dollars. You are part of it. And then if we are joint winners, if your number pops up as one of the winning numbers, trust me, you walk away with your cash. This is an instant win game. The time check is exactly 11 minutes up to 9 o'clock right here on the program, the Today Show. Let's go for a very short break. We'll come back. We continue the show right here. Keep tuned.
MCC would not be 8.34 billion. The MCC will give us some money, and it is after that process, the growth constraints analysis, projects will be identified in the key sectors, costed, and then the costing of all those projects will determine the specific amount. We are hopeful that the amount will be very significant. So we don't want to nickel and dime on amounts now. It could be, I see people floating figures. It could be below the figures they are floating. It could be higher than the figure they are floating out there. So at this point, there is not an amount.
Very serious. Of course, I wrote a formal letter, and the Senate asked for 2 weeks, and nothing has been done about it yet. While waiting, the June is a non-political month for the government. After June, I will go to court to vindicate myself. A very serious protest.
Yes,
The committee was given 2 weeks to report to this court. That protest after the end of June, I will go to court. I will go to court to clear my name. I will go to court to clear my name. Southern is very serious. Government can use it against critical voices to silence you. You cannot sit down and tell us in the 54th legislature hearing were heard, so we should take it in the 55th legislature. No. We must go through it, we must have public hearing with experts, even if it means the Senate got to spend some money to send a team to do best practices. Nigeria, Ghana, Egypt, they are credited for it. Let's harmonize the law. Let's know the cybercrime law in Nigeria is not different from the cybercrime law in other countries. That tomorrow, when it's challenged in an international forum or court, then we have something different. So, I'll get close by saying I stood up to fully agree with.
On sustainable health financing, we are making progress with the National Security Health Insurance Scheme and the bill to create a National Health Equity Fund for universal health coverage will soon be submitted for your consideration.
Show, welcome back. Welcome back. We are here this morning. Welcome back. Thanks so kindly for the privilege of your company. We say thank you for being with us. So let's get to the papers and bring you what is making news in the print media, hoping that we have all of our papers here. We have the front page Africa newspaper. We have the New Dawn newspaper. We have the Liberian Investigator. We have the Analyst newspaper. We have the Liberian Observer. That is the Daily Observer newspaper. Before us here, we will actually go through these papers and make you to get the latest making news in the print media. It is 6 minutes up to 9 o'clock. we have to go on. So let's get to the Liberian Investigator newspaper. All right, today is August 7, 2025. United Methodists shut down Sinangwe over worship uprising. This issue with the United Methodist Church is still ongoing. So this is on the New Dawn newspaper. It says the Liberian Annual Conference of the United Methodist Church has ordered the temporary closure of the historic Stephen Chowen Nangwe United Methodist Church following 2 Sundays of chaotic worship disruptions, including the rejection of signed clergy and interference with Holy Communion. Located near the church national headquarters, Sinangwe UMC has become a flashpoint in what church leaders describe as a deepening crisis that threatens the spiritual and institutional fabric of the denomination in Liberia. So you want to get more of this, you certainly have to get the Liberian Investigator in a strongly worded statement issued Wednesday, August 6, and signed by the Bishop Samuel J. Choir Jr. The executive committee condemned what it calls hostile action against duly appointed pastor, citing a breakdown in spiritual discipline and outright defiance of church authority. So you want to get more of that, you have to get the Liberian Investigator newspaper. Let's jump to another paper quickly and get what is making news there. Let's go to the New Dawn newspaper, Living on the Edge, the hazardous condition in Fiamma and adjacent communities. Thousands of community dwellers in Fiamma and its adjacent community are still living under hazardous conditions with little relief in sight. For these residents, daily life is defined by challenges and that threatens their health, dignity, and future. If you want to get more of that, you certainly have to get the New Dawn newspaper. And let's get to this one here. Liberia launches Diaspora Engagement Task Force. President Walker Honon, Diasporan Liberian, and EcoBank confirm an attempt robbery. We'll talk a little bit about this development. It is a very interesting one. We will certainly look at it as well. So this story says the management of EcoBank Liberia Limited says it regrets an unfortunate incident that occurred at the head office branch private banking launch on 11th Street, Single Monrovia, Liberia, 6 April 2025, involving an armed man who attempted robbing a teller of the launch. So we will certainly talk about that as we go on. Let's go to the Data Observer newspaper and see what's making news in the Data Observer newspaper. That's the Liberian Observer newspaper. Bwaga unveils Bull anti-drug action plan. Bwaga unveils Bull anti-drug action plan, and we're going to go on eMarsham website to read you verbatim the plan that President Bwaga has announced as we go on. Liberia, Cote d'Ivoire seal landmark free roaming deal. I'm seeing the picture of some LTA board directors and alongside their Ivorian counterpart. Yeah, Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire have officially signed a bilateral free roaming agreement, marking a milestone in West Africa's push toward digital and economic integration. The accord announced at the close of a 3-day high-level meeting in Monrovia was confirmed by Clarence K. Massaquoi, chairman of the Liberia Telecommunication Authority. The deal following closely on the heel of a similar agreement between Liberia and Sierra Leone earlier this week, is widely seen as a significant step in the implementation of the Economic Community of West African States (ECOWAS) free roaming regulation. The regulation, adapted to dismantle mobile communication barriers across the sub-region, has long been heralded as a key driver of regional trade, mobility, and social cohesion. So you want to get more of that story, you certainly have to get the Daily Observer newspaper. Liberia's economy needs more than prayer. Liberia's economy needs more than prayer. Oh, wow. As Liberia once again came to a spiritual standstill in observance of a national day of prayer declared by President Joseph Boakai, respected Liberian economist is calling for the nation's leaders to move beyond solemn reflection toward real economic transformation. If you want to get more of that, you certainly have to get the Daily Observer newspaper. Let's get to the okay, we've already touched on the newspaper. Let's get to the Front Page Africa newspaper and see what's making news in the Front Page Africa newspaper. EcoBank robbery claims spark mixed reaction as police remain silent on arrest at HQ. We take a few lines of this. All right. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, an incident at EcoBank Liberia head office on 11th Street Sinker has sparked widespread speculation and confusion after an alleged armed robbery attempt was thwarted on its premises on Wednesday. The suspect, now in police custody, is yet to be formally identified by the Liberian National Police, which has not commented publicly on the matter. In an official statement issued on Wednesday, we're going to get to that statement, so let's just jump over this a little and get to other stories. Ex-president extend condolences to Ghana over fighter helicopter crash involving top officials. Acting Lacra boss city that Sayi denies credibility crisis at institution. Fasel FC intensified training ahead of CAF Champions League draw, unveil 5 foreign enforcement. So that is news making. These are stories making news in the print media. So we have to get to other things right here. So let's get to E-Mansion and talk a little bit about the president strong move on yesterday. And our fundraiser program for First Lady Katwan Bakat was on yesterday, and it was a very great one. Let's get to this release. For immediate release, President Bakat declared bold national response to drug crisis in Liberia. August 6, 2025, we read it, and then we'll go on. So today, the Say No to Drug campaign is expected to have a very huge march on today, so we'll talk a little bit about that as we go on. Following receipt of the progress report of the multi-sectoral steering committee on drugs and substance abuse, President Joseph Boakai Sr. has issued a special presidential statement announcing an aggressive multi-pronged National Anti-Drug Action Plan in response to the alarming surge of drug abuse and trafficking across the country. He described the proliferation of drugs as an attack on our future and reaffirmed his unwavering commitment to safeguard Liberia's youth, community, and future. Generations from this surge of substance abuse. He's quoted as saying, "We cannot allow the spread of illicit drug to turn our children into victims. Mr. President, it is already our community into ghetto and our neighbors into shelter for criminal elements," President Bouaka said. So this statement, President Bouaka, these things are already happening. The youth are the victims. Go out there and see how many young folks have turned into drug addicts. Day by day, we are getting new recruits every day. In some community, you have scores of ghettos, and it is just the way it is. So let's get to the statement. The Liberian leader commended the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency for its relentless efforts and extended special recognition to the multi-sectoral Steering Committee on Drug and Substance Abuse for its coordinated work, highlighting the recent progress report submitted to his office. He further lauded civil society groups and community organizations for raising their voices to increase awareness, drawing attention to, and for taking a stand on this crucial national matter. He urged Liberians to forge a concerted effort in strategizing concrete, actionable steps in implementing government efforts. The newly announced National Anti-Drug Plan to be implemented immediately and in accordance with law includes, these are the plans, includes seizure of properties linked to drug activities, seizure of property linked, and on yesterday we were here, Sylvester Wowie and I, we were talking about initiating some tougher punishment that will deter people who will want to get engaged in drug trafficking, those who will be custodian of drug, and those who will sell it, and all of those things. So let's get to the statement. These are plans announced by the president. Seizure of properties linked to drug activities, including prosecution of landlords and accomplices. So those who will have those properties that will be linked to drug activities, perhaps they are using your facility for the trade of drug. People in your area, they are selling drug, they are renting from you, and they are involved in selling those things. If law enforcers get to realize that your tenant is involved in drug selling or drug trafficking, your property is on some level of attack, because it's going to be seized, including prosecution of landlord. So if you have a property and you have people in your area renting from you, they're selling those things, if the government arrests those people and establish that they are engaged into drug dealing, drug trafficking, you're going to be questionable as well. So landlords and those who are going to help in the process. So performance mandate for LDEA regional commander and with a 6-month result deadline. National Whistleblower Program with cash rewards and protection for informants. So I think there are going to be an established or an arranged whistleblowing platform that you can use to blow whistle on some of those drug dealing areas. Those who you suspect or have seen selling some of those things, you can report it. There will be a platform. I think there will be subsequent announcement as it relates to that effect. And those who are going to report those things, according to the president, they're going to be protected. Fast tracking of drug cases through the court and mandatory sentencing. So instead of drug cases staying long on the court docket or in court, they're going to fast track cases to have your days in court. If you are accused of drug trafficking, and if you are accused of it, you will have your days in court to exonerate yourself. And the process will be a very speeded one. So we move on. Expansion of rehabilitation center and integration programs for recovery user. I take that again. Expansion of rehabilitation centers and reintegration programs for recovering users. So, and I hope that all of these things will be these and not worse, because we have heard some plans of such. So, expansion of rehabilitation centers and reintegration programs. And this part of the plan was one of the things, Lorena is already here. One of the things that I touched on yesterday. Rehabilitation cannot be initiated without reintegration, and have programs for those victims. So let's just bring on Lorena as we go on. Good morning, Lorena. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Emmanuel. Good morning to our listeners, our viewers. You are all appreciated. I'm sorry, man. As you can see, I'm really wet.
Yeah, the rain is falling, and I read the weather report.
And then I had a ride back. And you already know me and bike, but I was blessed to. Being blessed to always meet good drivers. So I say, Emmanuel can be by himself. Let me go there and join him.
Yeah, you have to be here.
So I'm here. Sure. And I want to say good morning to our audience, and thank you, Emmanuel, for always being here to make sure you serve your people breakfast. What we are discussing is a pandemic, Emmanuel. And most times when I look at this drug thing, everybody discussing drugs. The main people I feel are the reason for drugs being in the country are the importers. Even those that are selling the drugs, the fact that you decided to use that as a means of living, but how did you get it? You are just a retailer. How were you able to buy from the wholesale seller? And who is the wholesaler? Who are the wholesalers? How are the drugs coming through different points? Maybe the border points, if you had the sea or the airports, there are people that come into the country. Nobody searched them. There are cars that are being imported into the country. Duty free. You can't go near such goods. You understand? Who knows what they bring in the country as well? People might be targeting just a certain group of people. That was somebody said the very people that are selling the drugs, most of them will be in they are the ones saying they are advocates of drugs. Because we don't know. How are these things getting into the country? You see the little ones that you find in now, that's it. There are people who are bringing huge quantities of drugs into the country, knowing that this is a pandemic. They sit on conference tables and it's being discussed. So sometimes it's not just the layman. There are real big hands, people that refer to as elites in the society. You understand? And somebody said, go and check when these people are bringing in their cars, used cars and containers. Go and check it. You can't check it. Why? Because they are untouchable. You understand? So the fact that they are untouchable, it's easier for them to import drugs into the country. So these drugs get out there, and then the ones that can, they have the regular customers, they call them, they come, they purchase, and then they issue or sell to those who want to consume. Okay, people say, oh, how about the cocoa, the tar and cocoa, they were here. But where is Kush coming from? Where is zombie coming from? They want to put in the middle of the hair for the heat to cook their brain. You know, when I hear these things, I say, but so you were not normal before? You have brain problem before? For you to say, oh, you can put drug something on your hair, and you know, that means your brain had issue. Were you born with some kind of deformity or terminal disease that you have to put something on your hair to cook your brain? What is happening? Why is it that? And then at the same time, look, Emmanuel, it's not just about a draw marching, rallying, campaign. That was supposed to me. I will not even wear black because you know I'm not saying I'm not speaking against drugs, but who are affected family members? Yes, they still say you know at the end of the day they are not sure. But yes, it's a good thing to create awareness. But they are not sure that they march today, they rally today, will stop or completely eradicate. I am just hoping it can minimize. And now, every community you go in, there are drugs. There are people consuming drugs. They don't have to have a particular hideout, a particular, you know, building, but they just some of them they just there. Maybe they swamp. Yeah, so
in the slum
exactly.
community.
So who looking out there to make sure that those people in those communities that are gathering, why you looking for your son or your daughter or your niece or your nephew or your cousin or your auntie or your uncle or your brother or your sister that is going there to consume it? You can't find them, but you go to sit with that group and you already know what is going on there. Who dare to say, let's stop these people? And you understand? Let's make sure it doesn't happen here. Let's scatter them. The community dwellers. So I hope that all of these things will contribute to what they will bring to the table to say, okay, they drugs thing. No drugs should enter. Even cars are coming in today free or other goods. Check them. Search them at the seaports, the airports, the land borders, the border points, entries, in whichever way, even by river, canoe, whichever. And you know, search. Make sure you search. Don't search certain people and leave certain people. Don't say, oh, that one a be male or that be woman. Search it. Search their booths. Make sure those drugs don't enter the country. Make sure everything entering Liberia is drug free.
Sure. And I was just going through the president plan. I was saying to myself, if this is implemented to the level, it will help minimize. So let me just run out. Just go through.
Which paper are you reading?
I'm taking it from the Imagine website. So I was at a point that I was talking about expansion of rehabilitation center and reintegration programs for recovering user. Investment in border surveillance, scanner, and security equipment to help. These should be these in our wars. Introduction of anti-drug curriculum in schools and random testing in high-risk areas. Reinforcement of the national drug enforcement. Reinforcement of the national drug emergency, enabling raids and lockdown where necessary. Freezing of assets belonging to suspected traffickers in collaboration with financial institutions. Significant budget increases toward drug enforcement, education, and legal reforms. I don't see any increase in my Mr. President, I said it. President Bouaga emphasized that the fight against drug will be not selective, as you are saying, and relentless, stressing that no status, no tattoo, no uniform, no connection will protect anyone involved in drug.
Yep.
Strong.
That's a good one. That's a
strong, but
let it be implemented.
That the implementation of the issue. Despite fiscal constraint, the president has directed Liberia Financial Authority to prioritize fundings for introduction of anti-drug curriculum in school and random testing in her areas, something of that. Right? I'm just saying her. LDEA operational capacity and equipment, rehabilitation infrastructure and staffing, border and port security technologies, as you're saying. Border and port to be checking. Well, how many can bring it in here? Nationwide public education and prevention campaign, legal and judicial sector reinforcement. Liberia will form its own fights first. President Bouaga, a friend. do what he can do, what he asks others, while also calling on donors and international partners to support the renowned national drive. In his closing appeal, President Barker urged all Liberians, from parents and educators to leaders and citizens, to join a fight together. We will not fight. We will not fight. We will not just fight. We will win, according to President Barker. So this is a statement. So he has put forth some plans to help the fight against drug, and all of these things that have been written down, if they are implemented to the letter, having the will, the courage to implement these things, it will help. But if you say these things and then other way around,
the president will not be everywhere to
that
make
the
sure
president-
it's implemented, like you said. So those in charge, whether those who are the big guns that are selling the drugs, that is what they depend on. They are together. It's a whole.
some people life though.
It's more like
Some people life.
let me think about that word that they have for cartel.
Yeah,
You know, it's like a cartel, and they were beat. Someone will beat every day. Say
Oh,
no to
say
drugs.
no to
Say no to drugs.
Well, they got a huge consignment coming.
When they will infest the ghettos and get whatever
They
they
got a huge
can.
consignment.
So they say, oh, then the people take the attention from on them and then they go ahead with whatever it is that they do, and that is to sell import drugs in the country. I like Emmanuel when he said drug, import the drug in the country. I mean, everybody is joining. They say no to drugs campaign. Lone Star Cell, Orange Foundation. I see them sending messages and all of those things. We appreciate all of you for being there. I have this story.
Yeah,
It
just go through.
says Action Aid Liberia backs women-led drug march, urges systemic reforms. I will send you a photo to post, to share some of those who are somebody who recently died from drugs consumption. In fact, his foot got rotten. Yeah, because and his sister is my friend, Vivian Ziegler. She has been crying. She and her mother, they have been fighting for this boy to leave drugs for a long time. I'm talking about. I remember in 2014. Was that 2015? That's when Greta got closer to her, and she showed him. He would come to the house and be asking for food and money, and she'll be begging. You can't leave the thing. You can't leave the ghetto. You got your family, they care for you. At the end of the day, he has died. So all of them, different people will be outside today. No matter the rain, the women, the men, the boys, the girls. Students, civil society organizations, the government institutions. The media, of course, we are always there. And so Action Aid Liberia is backing women-led drug march, urges systemic reforms. And it says, as Liberian women prepare to march through the streets of Monrovia on Thursday in a nationwide campaign against the rise of illicit drugs, Action Aid Liberia is calling for urgent systemic reforms to combat what it describes as a deepening national crisis that is destroying young lives and tearing families apart. The women-led action expected to draw civil society, youth groups, and community leaders comes amid growing concerns over the prevalence of narcotics across the country and a limited institutional capacity to respond. Action Aid Liberia, a rights-based organization focused on gender equality and youth empowerment, says. And a small promo. Liberia's current response to drug abuse remains too reactive, fragmented, and underfunded. And their leader, Johnson, emphasized that addressing the crisis requires more than police raids. That is the point. That's why I'm going to stop. That's why it was highlighted, that particular paragraph. That this crisis here, the pandemic they call drugs, my old man that's selling hospitable. It's not only about police going to raid the ghettos, because tomorrow the police raid the children, when the police leave, they will gather again. And seizing, the LDA arrested, 50,500 million worth of drugs, and show it at the end of the day where the drugs go, where it doesn't go, maybe it's destroyed. We don't know, we do not know, maybe it's confiscated and just being kept, to show what the LDA is doing, or whichever then other organizations or police raiding, and you understand, and seizing, but She called for a robust, gender-sensitive strategy that includes prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation backed by the political will to build strong public institutions and social safety nets. You understand? You finish grabbing the people from the street, you catch them, you carry them to jail, and not all. But they need treatment. There should be prevention first. It might not come in the country through any means. The one that yes, someone look for them and destroy them. Then the people that are taking there, we should also take them and treat them. They should be rehabilitated, and for them to be incorporated back into our system so they don't look like nonsense to the society or in the society. I'm sorry if I'm being too harsh, but we are so tired with it. Then they should have some, everything should be backed by the political will to build strong public institutions. And rehabilitate. That day you did the person with rehabilitation center, they become healed. They get cured.
They come back
and
the
they come outside. Nothing else for them to do. Some of them don't have no other hustle.
They go back.
They don't have no hustle. They don't have no skill. They don't have no trade. Some of them even have skills, but they will still go back. So there are systems that should be put in place to make sure that people don't go back. Let them become ambassadors and, talk against it, speak against it, raise concerns. Because we know, this thing, I don't know, Emmanuel. I always like positive things happening in my country. But sometimes some things they loaded like fries. Or because I didn't happen in that other and, because I know Liberia. At the end of the day, everybody will be a part of it. Oh, at least I was there. Oh, I said myself, I already can post my own video. When I went to the ghetto, you remember? When we went to the ghetto and we talked to some of those boys, you saw the kind of filth we had to pass through just to go there. You guys and myself. So yeah, I'm about to share that video too to show you that yes, I have been a part of it. I'm still a part of it. When I go out there with Winners Chapel as to go to evangelize, we always out there putting get fair or only our church we want people to come to. We are just looking for the lawsuit. We go to the ghettos and some people can call me ghetto, so we know. You understand? So I do go there, So we just saying these things. I also have this headline says President Joseph Newman Boaka suspends no car COO 75,000 SUV. We have been following the stories over the years. If you want to wrap your head around what I just read, I can allow you to, or get to the next one.
Let's get to the next one.
Liberian Township Committee, you've been talking about it, job, been too long.
Yeah. and they turned on yesterday talking about that they arrested.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll come
you can get to it.
Yeah, Liberian Township Commissioners declared low pay and poor support. See the photo of our own Congo Town Commissioner, Emmanuel B. Brother. Yeah.
Edward Laha, the airport commissioner.
Emmanuel, the thing is, I have moved Congo Town, and there are some filthy communities in Congo Town.
Yeah.
So if Congo Town, if his office has been abandoned, then Emmanuel, you can imagine. Emmanuel, you imagine some people still using the thing they call chimo. Some people still have
in the 21st century.
Right now, outside bathroom. So where do you think they're going to waste the waste? Where are they going to throw the urine that they use all night, or the feces while they were asleep, or at night that they use in the morning? Where are they going to throw it? Maybe into the river or the sea, another group of species habitat. So if his own, office, his township was abandoned, then this is something serious. Township commissioners in Montserrat and other parts of Liberia said they are being neglected by the central government, complaining of inadequate support. And
it was an article that he wrote. Yes, it was
that
an article.
are undermining local governance and efforts mandated by the Local Government Act. All right, that is why Morocco is so filthy. Oh, you never know when you're sitting in a very comfortable car and you bounce up and you're moving in AC on, you can smell, you can see. But I dare you just get down from those cars and walk in the communities and see the kind of filth others are living in. The people that can stay in line to go vote. We also need the politicians now. All right, Edward Horton Laha, Commissioner of the Congo Township in Montserrat County, told the Liberian investigator in an interview that without meaningful support from the central government, local government structures cannot fulfill their mandate to drive development and community engagement. We should be a good thing, community engagement. I would love to engage in my community when it comes to this. They are letting go of the field. Imagine Emmanuel going to the communities and talking to the people there and gathering young men and say, look, let's keep our community clean. Some of the young men will tell you, say, you gotta pay us for helping to keep our community clean. Yes. Even he told the children there right behind their homes and the children getting malaria every day because of the roaches, the mosquitoes, the rats live with them. Imagine lying on your mattress on the floor, then you're looking at rats passing. You and the rat not sleeping together. You're sleeping together, then somebody come and they say, oh, then I will pay us. Now, even if it's okay, maybe person have $5,000 together just for their food and they're waiting for you the next time you come. I hope you come and pay us again. This is not right. So if the townships need to engage in the community and funds should be, because everything put on government in Liberia. You understand? I will continue and stop right here. He noted that 15 months into President Joseph Nimba Boaka's administration, many local government offices remain unfunded, no money, understaffed, there aren't much people to work, and overlooked. They're not getting attention, despite the administration's pledge to decentralize power and resources. Laha described his office's condition upon taking office as dismal. We inherited a roofless building, no electricity, and a bank account that have been dormant for 6 whole years. His public comments, he said, are not politically motivated, but rather, let's stop there, a desperate call for national attention to the challenges that prevent township commissioners from delivering basic services. So when you hear the people in the township saying, oh, what is better than what you're doing? Not that they don't want to do it, they don't have the physical, they are not being supported by national government.
And my thought on that his story, I think Laha is someone that is very courageous enough to come up and say these things. There are some people occupying government positions. They are faced with challenges, but they will not come up to say some of those things that they are confronted with. Rather, they will sit there and allow it just take their salaries, and they are not functioning.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, when we are naming people who are not functioning, probably you have the zest to work, but you don't have what really you need to work with.
And some people say,
they will say they put their hands. So it borders on your integrity as well as an individual, and also it will not be productive for you as a person. So I think stepping up to the occasion, if there is an issue, you say it, and let's see whether we can have some remedy to that problem. Instead, you just say it. So I read out that article. It was a very strong one, and thumbs out to Edward Laha. We hope that some of those problems that you mentioned in your article, government can see it necessary to tackle some of those issues, so that at the county level, those commissioners can have what it takes to carry on their operation. So that's a very good one.
He's also a young man. He has a future. He doesn't want to look like a failure tomorrow. How can he get appointed or elected or nominated? You understand, for a position. Yeah. If somebody goes and say, "For what thing better, the mayor
not knowing."
So record has it.
Yeah.
That he wrote an article. Yeah. He is interested in being productive, and he wants his township to succeed, and it should be clean and neat, and people should be able to invest in like if I see a space in Congo Town, this township, and I love this place so much, and then I want to invest. How can I invest on a place that's so filthy? You understand? People just throw direct behind their home. So where he said he doesn't have manpower. So if there's no manpower, how can they work? How can you have manpower if you don't have
money to pay them either?
How will you pay them? Well, you want more on that story, just get a investigator. And at the same time, can you just take down our DSTV commercial? We don't have time. He calls himself DSTV installer. Come here if you want us to make an announcement for you. We will do that.
In the comment section.
Yes, do not come where we doing our program. You don't have a contribution. Just watch and listen and learn. If you can contribute, but please, we are not responsible to sell your product.
We are reasonable in terms of our.
Exactly. We always call you people to come here.
Yeah, come. I'm plenty money, you. You can advertise on our page.
Emmanuel, I know you're doing some draws.
Yeah, I'm doing some draws. So I have copies of windows here from I have the 5 and the 10,000. I have copies of them
which
here.
promotion?
It's the Wizard was I'm getting up to 25,000. So I'm about to hit the 20 and the 25,000, and as we go on, at the end portion of this show, hope to have a conversation with some of our winners. But congratulations to those who numbers have already popped up. Yes, so we say congratulations. For those of you who want to play, you can just go on and play *255*4#, *255*4#. Play with 50 Liberian dollars, and then you stand a chance to win for yourself 20,000, 25,000. We have already done the 10 and the 5,000, but we still have more jobs to do for the 10 and the 5,000. 10 and the 5,000, when we do plenty, but we have 225,000, 220,000.
All right.
Okay.
So make yourself some money because the weekend is already here. For me, I always say weekend starts on Thursday.
So Lorena, you follow that?
Yeah, that guy. Do you have the story there? I have to search it on my phone. Where did
you just go to Front Page Africa. You will see something concerning that.
Let's go to Front Page Africa. I was about to come to the intro story, but let's go to Front Page Africa.
So
yeah, it's very.
As you search, let me just announce the code *255*4#. *255*4#. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. *255*4#. Play with 50 Liberian dollars. 50 Liberian dollars, and then you stand a chance to win for yourself.
Emmanuel, I don't want to be the one to say, but it's like this guy is in shock for what happened to him. This man was dragged, embarrassed, and disgraced, and now we only hearing now that I posted a story somewhere in a group that I got from the PUL group chat.
Okay.
And people are asking, they say Echo Bank robbery claim sparks mixed reactions as police remain silent on arrest at headquarters. After disgracing this man, he's been disgraced for life.
So you can read the public reaction down. It's a very short one.
Okay, let me look for the public reactions. As Emmanuel is saying, incident details remain unclear. We'll come to public reaction split here and see. The incident has stirred mixed reactions among Liberians. Some are praising Echo Bank security and the Liberian National Police for their swift response, while others are urging caution and demanding transparency from the police before drawing conclusions. If this man is indeed who social media claims he is, we need to hear his side of the story, said one Monrovia resident outside the bank. You can't just arrest someone and not tell the public what's going on. While no official identification has been provided, several individuals on social media claim the man arrested is Emory Johnson, a respected medical geneticist in Liberia. This guy is a nice and quiet guy, wrote Livasa Magna Tiklu, a social media commenter. There must be a misunderstanding. Mr. Johnson is one of Liberia's best medical geneticists, a guest lecturer at A.M. Dokliati School of Medicine and the University of Liberia Graduate School. I'm hoping he comes out of this safely. Emmanuel K. Kepa Jr., claiming to be a former student of the suspect, added, there must be a mix-up somewhere. I have known him, Mr. Johnson, to be a good man. He taught me medical genetics at the A.M. Dokliati School of Medicine as well, praying for God's intervention and impartial investigation. Jacob Hammond called for a police investigation to ascertain the fact. The LMP should investigate this further. It might be due to depression or some kind of psychological trauma. How will one man rob a bank in broad daylight in Liberia? Something must be wrong somewhere with his mindset, if he really did it. Mumbo Dread agreed. Please, let's hear exactly what led him on this path. I do not condone his immoral decision on this matter, but we have the right to know. What would make such an educated man to spiral downhill to this God-forsaken path? These comments have since gone viral, prompting fresh debate over whether the incident was a genuine crime or a misunderstanding involving someone with no criminal history. As of Wednesday morning, the police had neither confirmed nor denied the identity of the suspect or released any formal statement on the nature of the challenges. Well, yeah, yesterday he was released, Emmanuel. This man, you look at him, man, me, I'm not there to say, but there is this conviction that will be in you to tell you, say, the thing, that the person, it should be investigated.
Yes, that all we can say, because
Let it be
you know, like
just somebody posted, Emmanuel, I'm not cutting you off, that it is because of woman. I saw it in a media group chat, Emmanuel, and I know with media people, we will get a gist. That is the only reason why we'll post it. You understand?
Yeah.
So I got it from our chat room here, and I saw this story. It says that after him, okay, this is the story. I see the picture of him in his Mr. Johnson in his uniform, his graduation gown with his hat. I also see him sitting in a pink dress. At the same time, I see him sitting in the back of the car. So this man decided to rob a bank, according to the way he's being dragged and humiliated, and yet he still went and sat down to job. You can see the shock on his face. Like, what is going on? So somebody will say, armed robbery or boyfriend, girlfriend matter. That is the story here. You didn't see it?
I saw it.
All right. And I will read it. Conflicting reports are now emerging hours after a reported armed robbery incident at the Echo Bank head office on Elon Street. Minutes after the incident, Echo Bank Liberia Limited expressed regrets to all its customers and the public of the incident at its head office branch. Precisely, private banking lounge, 11th Street Single on Wednesday, 6 August, blah, 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 where an armed man tried robbing the teller of the lounge. We are deeply concerned about this incident and are actively working with local law enforcement agencies to ensure a thorough and comprehensive investigation. That should have happened before somebody was tried. I'm looking for, hours after police authorities in Monrovia identified the road Painesville. The authorities' independent probe can establish that suspect Johnson is still in a police custody while investigation is continuing. On the flip side of the incident, sources close to the female teller informed Happy News that the suspect and the female teller were engaged in a near fist fight over a suspected relationship which the teller allegedly abandoned while the suspect was attending his graduate school in the Eastern European country of Cyprus. According to sources, the female teller had been avoiding the suspected armed robber over her desire to quit the relationship. Desire to quiet. I'm so sorry, guys. People should check your vocabulary. It's quit. Yeah, you know the story.
Go on, Sabri. They realize the final editor.
Desire to quit the relationship, but a suspect who is said to be married with 2 children had continuously refused on grounds that he wasted so much time and money to school and take care of the female teller. Earlier, an officer of SIGA, Vanny Khan, stationed at the scene, recounts how the suspect, identified as Emery Johnson, entered the bank, posing as a customer before launching a sudden attack on the teller. Officer Khan described a terrifying scene as Johnson was reportedly brandished a handgun, triggered panic across the banking floor. A close associated of the pairs identified as Getaway Conan narrates that the female teller and suspect Johnson were both in an intimate relationship, but the female teller decided to abandon the relationship for another person, which prompted suspect Johnson to go at her office following series of attempts to meet her home proved unrealistic. Well, the Happy News, I'm reading from Independent Probe, is making frantic efforts for a response from the female teller, but up to present there has been she didn't respond. So the man too, they said no sin goes unpunished. If he is a husband with 2 children, then he gets female teller as his lover. not interested again. Maybe he's not, like you said, he has spent so much money. People know them. That is why it's in the story, Emmanuel. So at the end of the day, he left and went to her office in frustration to attack. That's why you marry men, take your resources from your house, put it behind your house. Don't take it from your house to put it outside. All right? At the end of the day, the woman that won you, she found out the guy what she wanted. If it happened, and it is still happening, and it has happened, you know, it will still happen. So, brothers, uncles, you all know it. That sons, you all know it. That tomorrow the woman won you, he went to the office in anger. So he was dragged from the bank. All of what is going on with him, it happened at the bank. So who knows? The story is not twisted. Okay, armed robbery. All of a sudden, him, going to attack. So it could just be, switched and say, oh, and people get easily persuaded and say, oh yeah, but the reason why he came, but then I see some people saying, look, these two people, they were intimate, yeah. So we need to hear now from the female teller. Did that man really commit armed robbery, or that love got into his brain, his eye, but he knows it, everything that made him to go to the bank to go misbehave, and he got humiliated and disgraced like this. And up to now, he is still in police custody. And as we have been reading, police is yet to give an official statement to say, look, so we have proof, we have, I know they should have CCTV.
Yeah, cameras.
Yeah, so let us know what really happened. Let the videos come out so that we see in our whole bank there is no way CCTV camera will not be.
You have to have
even
the mini money transaction areas. You have CCTV cameras.
So you can imagine a whole Echo Bank.
And I think it's the head office, right?
Yeah. So Echo Bank, the Pan African Bank, we want to see videos, footages of what really went on in our banking hall. We must see it. And our female teller, she must communicate. She has to talk to the press. She has to give the side of the story that will either indict or set this brother free. I rest my case.
And on the other hand, I think Echo Bank should employ some very tight measures as it relates to checking people while entering the bank, because you don't want a reoccurrence of these things to happen. People entering the bank with some of those things that they didn't see it in a readout. They only talk about putting some measures to keep people information and money safe. What's about people entering the bank and all of those things? I think it is very important too as well. The money is important, the information, they are important, but what about the people? I saw it in the entire roundup. I didn't see that aspect in the entire roundup. I think they should ensure that, and all bank around should learn from those things. Check people before they enter. They say the man carry out the pepper spray or he carry gun. It's up to the police now to come up with investigation to prove otherwise.
And we need to see photos and all of that.
And all of those things. And one thing, like, bro, we don't have a history of people unwrapping banking. Broad day. We have heard of burglary at banks. Some evening hours or night hours. Sometimes some years back in real life, I think GD Bank or one of those banks, they managed to bust the back of the bank and then they enter, they took money. We have seen that things happening in the night hours, but not in the day, because Liberia is not as compared to other Western or connected countries that you have rules and other things, because those rubber they use cars.
Yeah, but one man, no group with you. Organized.
Black
you have somebody inside. Yeah, you can't dress up. Only to go to rob bank.
So that's it. We'll hold it and wait for the investigation.
Yep.
Let's take calls, and before taking calls, I don't know. Let me try to call some of our winners and then we'll take calls.
All right. While you calling the winners, I want to appreciate all of those watching us via Phone TV, Satamba, Patience, Squireville, T. Lawrence, Lewon, Ayuba, Amara, M. Ducle, Daniel Cole, Bali, Clarence, Chokon, Unity, Junior, Kofa. What? Kofa's now with a son, Steven, Vinicius Junior, Bar, that's small thing, Vinicius Junior, good to know that you're watching here. Amos Bandy, Tokpakwe, Solomon Jackson, Anthony G. Daila, I can see women, Elijah Plea, okay, Agnes Fire is there, and Mohammed Diaketi Kaba, I see Martin and Brown, Martin W. Brown, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Paul and Wayne, you got somebody?
Yeah. So good morning. Hello, my name is Emmanuel. I'm Emmanuel calling from Spoon FM. Yeah, man, I call you to congratulate you. You are one of our winners. You won for yourself 5,000. Check your phone.
Yay! We're clapping for you. Right now, 5,000. So money ready.
Okay, check your phone, Omar. Check your phone, yeah?
Congratulations. What's your name?
What's your name? Oh, she called the phone up.
She wanted to got it. And besides that, the market, she's going to market. You're probably going to step up her business. That is why we are here. We encourage you to keep playing the game. And somebody's life must change. *255 *4#. It's the quote only $50 or 25 cents US. You stand a chance to win 5,000, a whole 5,000. Don't you forget, Emmanuel, there's a raffle draw coming up.
Yes, the bonanza is coming up. So 07777 771075 055510175. We have 10 minutes.
We'll take 5 minutes. Yeah. The next 5 minutes, I know you want to show.
Tomorrow.
December Trusted Child will see you Friday, Kemano, and Benedict Blanco. I start there.
Yes, good morning. Your live, what's your name and where are you calling us from? Momosai Mogon. Momosani.
Welcome. Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have to take more colors. 45 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your point. Let's take more calls. Hello. Yes, good morning. You are live. What is your name and where are you calling us from? Philip, can you walk away from the radio?
And quickly to the point, please. We have more colors.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you. It seems to be our orange line. I don't know. So you can call us. Yeah, it need to be checked. 0776 46 24 17. 0776 46 24 17. You can call us on that number, and also you can plug for your calls on 0555 101075. 0555 101075. I knew that the orange line was having problems. So let's pick up this caller here. Using the alternative line. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir. You're live. What's your name and where are you phoning in from? Go on, make your point.
Yeah.
There's nothing to please. Can harm and so on. Issuing of for I just want to let him go now. People actually they are not looking at version 2 of the rule that is about their past. Most of people forget to do like that LPT officer who are working so much. And then someone comes to I believe that
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Yes, sir. You're live. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Go on. Make your point. I mean. Mm. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Our very last caller. Hello. Yep. Yes, you are our last caller. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Okay, you're not ready. Let's just pick up this person as our last. Hello. Yes, good morning. You're live. What's your name and where are you calling us from? Go on. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Okay, we'll stop you. I'm not there for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That point, I'm going to talk. We'll hold it there when I take one again. Thank you. Yeah, yes.
Emmanuel, you know, hearing what that last caller said, it's funny. It's like suicide. Okay, let's watch you commit suicide. Take all the drugs that you are selling.
You know, like
Imagine,
Brian
those suitcases full of cocaine or whatever drum that you have, they're telling you, look, you need to swallow it right now. Take it. I understand. I want to see what will happen today. You know, I'm in solidarity with those who are, you know, doing this drug march, this campaign, this rally, you know, against drugs in our country. I support. I don't want to see drugs in our communities. I don't want to see young children consuming these drugs. I don't want to see drugs coming to the country via seaports, land ports, land borders, or even by airports, whichever way. I think those importers are the main reason why they are taking the drugs. At the same time, those who are selling and in the communities should take control of their community, making sure that the children shouldn't gather to take drugs. This is not a joke, it is a serious thing. So today we support, you know, the march against drugs. The females, the males, everybody coming out to support civil society organizations, school groups, you know, the government of Liberia, the press, you know, we are all coming out there, the market women, the market men, everybody coming out to make sure that, you know, there should be no drugs in our communities or coming into our country. With that said, I will always tell you to always put God first in whatever you do. And from my end, have a wonderful day off television, but I'm still going to be on the radio.
Mhm. So that's it, folks. Thanks a lot for your input. Let's see as to whether we can connect with a few of our winners.
Yeah.
*255* *4# *255 *4#. The more you play, the better your chances of winning. Play more than one time. The system is still open. It is minutes up to 9 o'clock. 10 o'clock, I don't know.
2 minutes, yeah.
2 minutes to 10 o'clock. Yeah, that's it. Done. All right, so let's call some of our winners. Okay. Okay, it's ringing. Let's call some of our winners. *255 *4#. The system is still open. *255 *4#. $50 qualify you to win for yourself some huge cash. *255 *4#. All right, we don't have the luxury of time. Lorena going to do the calling since she's here. So that's how we wrap up on today's edition of the program. The Today Show. It was a very well-served, palatable breakfast. I'd like to say hands up to all of you. Following hands up to Eddie D. David of the State Broadcaster, following from his comfort zone. All right. So, folks, until tomorrow, we'll be here with another edition of the program. My name is Emmanuel Balen David. I was alongside my colleague Lorena Honoré. Thanks a lot for your role you play in following. And we encourage you to come and do business with us. We are open 24/7, very affordable, and we have a very big platform to sell your goods and your services in as well. So until tomorrow, do have yourself a God bless day and enjoy the rest of our broadcast and our programs. Bye-bye.